Hi there, welcome back to Adventures with Dr. Joe. I want to talk about this Beall buffing system. I bought it a number of years ago and it's actually really good, but it's kind of a pain. We have to take one of these discs, one of these buffing wheels off to change from the red rouge to the white to the wax, and taking it off, putting it on, taking it off. I wanted an opportunity where I could put them all on one rod and put that on the lathe, and so I could literally take my part I'm buffing and go from coarse, medium to fine waxing all at the same time. This device locks onto the arbor of the buffer or grinder and is held in place with a couple set screws. And then these buffing pads literally just thread into this. And it's worked well for me for years, but it's kind of a pain to always change these. So I've got a better solution. I bought this set from Amazon, and I'll leave a link into the description. And it's a very nice long threaded arbor with some spacers. It comes with multiple nuts and washers to kind of hold these three buffing pads in a good position. I also purchased some much larger flanges that I think will support these buffing wheels even better. And I just have two sets, and I'm going to have to get a third set for my third buffing wheel. These are held in place with an Allen wrench or an Allen threaded screw or bolt and a nut and some washers. And I'm going to just take these apart right now and start to assemble these on this long shaft or arbor. Okay, we have obtained a couple nice hole punchers. This one is 20 millimeters, which is pretty close to 13/16. So we're going to punch this out. We're going to try to stay very much in the center, but it's a linen buffing wheel. It'll take it's not perfectly round anyway, so I suspect we'll get this pretty close. But we're going to try to punch it out here. So it did a good job, got through most of it. Got through that much of it. And we'll just finish it up here. Just a little bit more. That should do it. Yep. So now we have our larger hole. We'll do this for the other two buffing wheels and set those up on our mandrel. So let's do our second one. This is for wax. This one's a little thicker, a little more heavy duty. Just get that lined up to the best of our ability, and we're pounding it on the bench that is solid all the way down to the concrete. So well, one and done. Hey, that was great. This is a very sharp hole puncher. We've tuned it up and it really cuts. Man, that was impressive. So let's try it now on our third buffer, the Tripoli. Again, we'll try to center this as well as we can. Put it over the solid beam of our Rubo bench. On it. Okay. Mostly through, not completely. Just a little bit more. We'll do it from this side. A little bit more. Great. There's 3 holes. Now let's mount those up. By the way, this hole punch set that I've got has many different sizes, and it has a centering pin. But to do this, I just took it out, unscrew the screw that holds it in, take it out as well as the spring, and then I'm all done. I just put it back together. That's the centering punch when you really want to center things perfectly, but there wasn't really a use for it with a hole already made. And there it is. So the mandrel comes with a couple spacers, some nuts, and some large diameter washers. Yeah, I bought these flanges because I think they'll be much more supportive, but the hole is 5/8, not 13/16. So we're going to take these flanges to the drill press, and we're going to slowly enlarge these so they'll fit over the mandrel. Right now the washers do nicely, but these don't. So to enlarge the opening in the flange, we're going to need some large drill bits. That's where these silver and Deming drill bits come into play. So here is a 5/8. That's what this is. So 5/8 with the flange. It actually fits 21/32. So we'll start here with 11/16. And we're going to slowly enlarge the holes in each one of these. I have 6 of these for the 3 buffing wheels, because just taking a little bit of metal at a time will be safe, and we'll definitely put this into a vise and secure it. You can see I've sharpened these bits, so the bits are extremely sharp and they're ready to go. We'll put some tapping and cutting fluid on it as well to speed it up. So we've got our vise here. We've got a little razor thing that will raise this up, because I don't want it to be gripped underneath the hardened jaws. So I want to raise this up a little bit, these hardened jaws, and put it right in the center so it has a maximum gripping force, shouldn't torque. And then we will tighten that down. Put a little cutting fluid on the bit. Put some in this flute. And we should be off to the races. Here we go. It should self-center. Alright. That was a little more exciting than I wanted. But that was the first bit. Okay, we're going to move up to 13/32. Slightly larger bit. Here we go. Slow. There's one. Two. Three. 5. Alright, we'll go up to the next size at this point and continue on until we reach the mandrel diameter. So we'll put a little tap magic on this, we'll put a little tap magic on this step drill, titanium. Tap magic is a nice cutting fluid, and we'll just bend right through this thing. There we go. Fantastic. So we've got our proper diameters now cut. So 2 of these I have to enlarge even a little bit more than the step drill bit can do. So I'm going to use a Dremel tool with a solid double cut carbide bit. Safety glasses, please. We'll see if I can... This is mild steel, so it should go pretty well. Let's see how if this fits. So I brought the mandrel over, and this will be the next. It fits nicely. So good. We'll widen out this next one and load the buffing wheels here in a second. We'll just widen this out. Alright, let's see if that's wide enough. Beautiful. Alright, let's set it up. Okay, sweet. So, we got the first one on, spacer. Next we got the next flange on. This is the white diamond. This will go on. Spacer. And the wax. So one little snag, because we're using these really nice flanges, they have greater thickness than the washers. So that requires us to shorten these spacers just a little bit. I would have to say probably the difference in height between the washer and the flange. It's going to be about 1/4 of an inch. That'll let us use all 6 flanges. I'm going to take this to the chop saw and shorten. So here's the chop saw, and we've got safety glasses and hearing protection because this is loud. Here we go. I don't use the chop saw much, but when I need it, it's great. So we're going to smooth the ends of those off because they're aluminum on the grinder, and put them back on the mandrel. Okay. Well, great. We've got all three of these on now because I shortened the spacers. Put a nut here, and I'm going to put a second nut as a jam nut in just a little bit. But let's charge these up. This is the Tripoli, this is the white diamond, and the wax. We'll just spin this. So now we're ready to go with our buffer. We've got the Tripoli, the white diamond, the wax, and we can just take the part from one to the other, and we don't have to take those off. So there's the use of the mandrel for these. Okay, here it is. So it's on a Morse 2 taper, which fits this lathe. There are the 3 buffing wheels. And then we'll just store this and then bring it out when we need to do all the buffing all at once, so it's all together. So that's a neat thing. Thank you again for tuning in and watching. This is Dr. Joe. Please subscribe. Please comment, please click like, and if you click the little bell at the top, all new videos will come to you and give you a notice. So thank you very, very much. Please stay safe.